Hello, everyone, and welcome to the International Fab Talks. As usual, we are back again with yet another beautiful celebrity who has a beautiful mind and a vision for India. He's here with us, joining us all the way from Kolkata. He's Mr. Aniruddha Bhattacharyya, an advocate in the High Court of Calcutta. Welcome, sir, to this beautiful session. Thank you for taking out some time to be here on the International Fab Talks.
Thank you so much. Good evening, and the pleasure is all mine. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, dear friends, and good evening to you, sir. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to have people share their time with us because time is the most important thing. And if anyone is out there to give the time to you, to make you understand what life is all about and how you could build a beautiful life and find the direction to life as to what you want to become. Many of the youngsters are confused as to what they want to become. They have different thoughts and ideas in their mind. And when you are on the International Fab Talks, you get to know several professionals sharing their journey. And it would become very easy for you to choose which journey suits you. So let's get to know about our young advocate who has been through all of it and is here with lots of experience and wisdom to share his journey on a life and as well his profession, that is being an advocate. Hello, sir. Being an advocate, yes, hello, sir. Being an advocate, being a lawyer and in the law, this all, scares me a lot. Till date, they say lawyer, court, ये तो हमको थोड़ा सा डर लगता है. लेकिन आजकल जब हम आप जैसे लोगों से मिलते हैं, तो then I really feel that yes, being a lawyer is really a good job, or maybe in entering into the law or the legal system, trying to give your very best to save people, to bring justice. It really feels good. So that's my personal view as a kid. When I see lawyers or the police people, I used to have this fear. But as I grew up and interacted with people across the world, we get to know the real meaning of what their profession is and how you could become the next advocate or a lawyer and serve our country in the right way. So our audience will really be very much interested to know who the real Aniruddha is. Of course, you are a lawyer. I shared it officially, but who you are in real, the real you.
Actually, आपने जो जहां से शुरू किया, the fear that you had about the conception that you had of lawyer, let me tell you, let me assure you, you need not have that fear in you. The way I perceive the things, lawyers or advocates are basically the medium between the common people and the quest towards justice. We are the medium. And no other profession, there are hardly one or two professions like advocates whose lives are so intrinsically connected with the well-being of the people. It's a 24/7 job, and the main aim, yes, it fetches rewards, but I can tell you from my experience, from the very day one, even during my final years of graduation, when I was doing internship, one thing was made very clear: be goal oriented, not money oriented. Yes, the profession fetches money, but this is also the monetary angle will be there. Definitely, we are all professionals. That is also there, but the societal aspect, money comes with serving the people in the right way and to give them proper counsel. That is the job. In other words, the advocates there, we are also called counsels. Counsels mean who give advice. Our job is to provide proper advice and to show the way and to make the people know, make them aware of the rights that they have. And in a country like ours, the biggest difficulty is the lack of awareness, which comes with the lack of education. There are human rights, there are several other laws being enacted, but the difficulty lies in the thing that most of the people are not aware that their rights do exist. To increase the awareness, this has to be a quest of a lawyer.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing. Thank you very much. तो आपने हमारा डर तो निकाल ही दिया. Yeah, thank you. So sweet of you to share all of that. My dear friends, I'd like to share the profile of our sir, our celebrity and guest. I'll share it in detail. He is Advocate Aniruddha Bhattacharyya from the Calcutta High Court. He works over there, and sir has been an alumni of South Point High School, and he passed out in the year 2009. He completed his graduation with flying colors from Jogesh, Chandra Chowdhury Law College. I repeat that, Jogesh Chandra Chowdhury Law College. He's completed his BA and LLB, and he got enrolled in the year 2014. Since then, he's been practicing before the Hon'ble High Court at Calcutta in these two important matters, criminal and writ matters. Now, what is criminal and writ matters? Criminal, of course, we have a little idea, but then again, what is this writ matters, and much more about the legal system we will get to know. So that's really nice that you've taken this beautiful journey of becoming a counselor, giving good suggestions as a lawyer, and enabling people to know their rights. Because many of us, we are not aware of our rights. Maybe many of us know that these are our duties, but we forget our rights. And vice versa, it could be also. So that's really nice that you've joined us today. But sir, before we start and begin the entire session, I'd like to ask you, आप इस journey में कैसे आए? आप lawyer क्यों बनना चाहते थे? Why did you become a lawyer?
Let me be very honest with you. I hail from a family which has got a legal background. My grandfather was a lawyer. Both my parents, they also happen to be the lawyers. So I've very closely seen them while growing up. So I was a bit acquainted with this field. I'm not saying that I was very aware of the legal nitty-gritties, but I've grown up seeing these people around. So there was an inspiration, and mind was somewhat made up that after graduating from school, I'll be taking up law. That is the way it has proceeded, and this is what I always had in mind. There is practically no second thought. This was an advantage growing up in a lawyer family, legal background being there. At least I had some idea as to how the things work here. That was the sole reason of taking up this profession.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Would you like to share with us a childhood memory of yours? Any anecdote connected with either your school or at home? Were you the naughty child or the very calm and quiet one?
No, do I look naughty? No, I was not. I was very not naughty, but yes, I was as a child. I used to be very scared by maths. Maths, like law used to scare you in your younger days. Maths used to scare me. Otherwise, I was very much in. I'm not saying I was a very studious person, but I was very much into sports. And in Bengal, there's a huge craze for both football and cricket. So as a young kid, sports used to enthuse me, and the hobby was there, sports was there, and the studies also went on parallelly.
Yes. Thank you, sir. You're a sports fan too. And I'd like to know any incident that you remember, which is fresh in your memory with regard to your childhood, either in class or at home, कि भाई आपको डांट मिला या तो कोई आपको प्रेज करे.
डांट तो बहुत मिलता था. थोड़ा बहुत डांट भी जरूरी होता है, क्योंकि you need some shackles. पूरा लिबर्टी अगर दे दो ना, that middle class values, वो था. इसीलिए हम आप सब इस प्लेटफॉर्म में है. अगर वो डांट नहीं मिलती ना टाइमली, हम आप कोई भी इस प्लेटफॉर्म में नहीं रहते आज.
Very true.
कुछ भी हो, फैक्टॉक्स में आपका और मेरा मुलाकात नहीं होता अगर थोड़ा सा वो पाबंदी नहीं रहता. तो दैट इज ऑल्सो नेसेसरी. जब डांट मिलती थी तब हम लोग को बहुत गुस्सा होता था, कैसा क्यों ऐसा होता है, हमारे साथ क्यों होता है. बट नाउ 10-15 years down the line, I feel that was necessary.
Very true, sir. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That's really very nice. We really need, as you said, certain boundaries to be taught to us when we are kids. And if there is nothing like that, then we lose track of what we have to do.
Exactly.
And thanks to our parents and elders who have brought us on the right track. And
the values that they have inculcated. It's more about the values that they have inculcated. The sense of what is right, what is wrong. You don't get to read them in textbooks. It should come from within.
Very true.
This is the education that your family values inculcate within you.
Ji, sir. So as you've just mentioned now, books like textbooks, I'd like to ask you, apart from the books that you study for law, or you have to, I feel a lawyer has to read a lot of books and have many books around him or her. So apart from the law books, what are the other books that you read? You get time to read any novels or fiction, non-fiction?
When I was a kid, during my growing up days, I was very fond of Charles Dickens. So in my school library, from class 2, we had this library system. We had a very beautiful library in our school. So we got to take the books home and bring it after a week. So we got to come across a lot of good authors and a lot of good books. The first memory that remains etched in my mind of a book, and Charles Dickens became my hero. I read A Tale of Two Cities and Oliver Twist thereafter. So Charles Dickens has to be one. And if you ask in Bengali, Rabindranath Tagore it's like Rabindranath is like a deity to all of us. And in Bengali literature, if you ask me, Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay, he happens to be one of the most favorite authors here. And later on, Orhan Pamuk and Agatha Christie, they are my favorites.
That's really great. That's really nice. And I'm really surprised. Like being a lawyer, you have time to read all of these books. That's really great. That's nice. As you said, you even have hobbies, different kinds of hobbies. And sir, you've mentioned that even you're interested in sports. Like if I would ask you to choose between football and cricket, what would you choose?
Football, without a doubt.
That's the answer came out just so quickly. Yes, sir. So now we'll be interested to know about what type of challenges do you face on the professional front as a lawyer, because you deal with criminal and writ matters. So before we coming to this question, I just would like to get a small clarification as to what is the meaning of writ matters. W-R-I-T, writ matters. What is it?
Writ jurisdiction mainly deals with the constitutional matters. Our constitution, that is the law of the land. All the other laws, so after getting independence, when the constitution got drafted, every other law drew its force from the constitution. So that being the supreme law of the land, the writ is kind of a command. There are 5 kind of writs, and writ, let me clarify one thing also, that writ only lies against authorities, specifically governmental authorities and all those authorities who render their duties as a state. Writ cannot lie against a private individual or against a private action. It has to be against a government action or any action or non-action from a government entity. For that, for infraction of any right, there are two remedies. One, you can directly approach the High Court, and like other remedies, civil or criminal matters, you first have to approach the jurisdictional court, the lower courts. From there, you go to the district court. From there, you go to the High Court. From there, you go to the Supreme Court. The writ matters directly originate at the High Court or at the Supreme Court level. And the jurisdiction is 226 of the Constitution of India. That deals with writ jurisdiction of both the High Court and the Supreme Court. And in case there is any violation or infraction of a person's fundamental right, a person can directly approach the High Court or the Supreme Court. And before the Supreme Court, the article is Article 32 of the Constitution of India. High Court's 226 and Article 32 before the Constitution of India. Any infraction of fundamental or legal rights can be taken up before the constitutional courts only. That's where the writ lies.
Thank you, sir, for giving us a clear-cut explanation, a lot of clarity with what you shared just now. Thank you very much. If we may ask you like this, criminal matters. I mean, we have some idea about criminal matters. Like if you could put it in the right way for all of us.
Look, in the criminal jurisdiction deals with what we come across. It's more about the person's liberty and to protect a person's life or liberty. And our constitution is very clear on this point, that no person can be denied of his right to life or liberty without due process of law. For example, if a person is arrested, suppose a person is arrested at 7:30 p.m. tonight, can he be indefinitely kept under custody? The answer is no. The law makes it very clear that when a person is arrested, the time when the arrest memo is signed, within 24 hours, he has to be produced before a nearest magistrate. And even if the date of arrest is a Saturday, although the courts normally remain closed on a Sunday, but the bail file, the remand file, these can't wait. He or she has to be produced before a nearest magistrate who will either authorize his arrest or would set him free. So there are 2 types of bail. If a person is arrested, he prefers a bail application for his release. That is when a person has been arrested. Now, suppose an FIR has been lodged against me. I get to know that somebody has lodged an FIR against me, and I apprehend that there is a possibility of myself getting arrested. In that event, I can prefer for anticipatory bail, pre-arrest bail. Though our statute is not very clear on what is anticipatory or pre-arrest, there is no term, no such term exists. But a person apprehending that he might be arrested, he can directly approach either the district judge or the Honorable High Court seeking anticipatory bail. So this is bail and anticipatory bail. A arrested person can seek bail. A person who is apprehending arrest but not yet arrested, he can prefer anticipatory bail. And there are two other jurisdictions, revisional and appellate jurisdictions. Revisional jurisdictions are basically the power of a superior court to monitor over the records of the lower court and just to satisfy itself whether the procedure, as to the procedural correctness adopted by the court below. The superior court will only see. The word revision itself suggests to revise something. The superior courts will only see whether there is anything, any material or any irregularity in the order passed by the subordinate forum. That is revision. And appeal is against a final judgment. Suppose a person who has been facing trial for a charge of murder and he has been convicted for life imprisonment. So he has to face the gallows. So there he has to prefer an appeal against the final judgment, which has ordered him life sentence or death penalty. So that is appeal. Basically, bail, anticipatory bail, revision, and appeal. In a nutshell, these are the things.
Thank you so much, sir. You put that so clearly for us. Thank you. We are all like, खाना पीना और थोड़ा सा काम छोटा छोटा करना, लेकिन ये लॉ सिस्टम के बारे में जाना तो it till now it didn't go in my head, but now when you explained all of this, it really made sense that yes, these are the different things, legal aspects. In case if one is arrested, this or going to be arrested, these are the ones. That's really nice. Yes, I'd like to ask you this. How did you feel walking up for the first time to take on the duties of an advocate? How did you feel?
Honestly, with power, responsibility also comes. So when I completed my law, I was yet to be enrolled. I was counting my days. When will I get the gown? From when will I start practicing? But with the gown comes responsibility. So initial days, as it happens everywhere. So it was a few nervous moments. So the butterflies were there in the stomach. It takes time to get habituated because the transformation takes time from being a law student to become an advocate and addressing superior court judges. So with time, everything eases. It takes time, but slowly you gain confidence. And fortunately, there were seniors, there were judges who had been very cooperating and who have been very always encouraging. Otherwise, it would have been very difficult to carry on with this journey. And by and large, our experience with the judges have been very good. They're very appreciative and encouraging towards the juniors.
Yes, that's really nice. Thank you for sharing, sir. Thank you very much. Now, I have a question, sir, in my mind. The question here is, like, what are the challenges that one has to face in this field? Once they decide to become a lawyer, they have finished their education and they've just joined in as a young or, as a novice into this profession. What are the challenges that they face or what you've been facing? Do they all face different challenges or it's one and the same for everyone?
Look, we say we practice law. The word practice suggests it's an ongoing process. You practice, you become perfect. It takes time. It takes time and you get to learn every day. And it's a very demanding profession. And another thing, as a lawyer, one has to constantly get himself or herself updated because the law is changing every day. Suppose today there is a position of law. Tomorrow morning, I come across a journal, law journal. I get to see a judgment which is completely turned around the position of law. The law as it stands on 5th February may go for a complete volte face on the 6th. So one has to be regularly updating himself as to what is the position of law, how the laws are changing, what is now being the law of the land. So one has to completely go on updating himself. There is no replacement for hard work that has to be there. And another thing, for a lawyer who is practicing, speaking power and command over the language is also very important, because you have to place your case in the briefest of time, but you have to put your best case forward. You have to convince the judge. So the art of being articulate and to make your case and to put forth your case in a very limited time, so that is also an art that one actually picks up with experience, with time.
Yes.
And so far as the challenges are concerned, it's like performance oriented life. Like a cricketer, like a footballer, you perform or perish. A good lawyer will be adjudged on the results that he gives, on the success that he's getting with the matters in hand. If you do well, more matters will come up, your names will start spreading, and the other way around. So it's a pressure is there, definitely there, because you have to, this constant pressure of performing is always there, and and you only who is before the judge, no one else. People might be there around, but you have to put your case forward. So it's, at the end of the day, it's everything based on an individual. It's more of an individualistic approach.
Yes.
So it's definitely challenging, definitely challenging.
Yes. Thank you, sir. But you've given us a ray of hope. You have given it very clearly here now. Either you perish or perform, or either you perform or perish. If you want to be there, you have to perform very well. There's no excuse, no easy way out. So it's performance either, or you have to just perish and just walk out of the profession, maybe, or seek some other method to survive.
Okay.
So that's really very nice. I really like, it's a big takeaway for me, sir, these two words, either you perform or perish. And it's a takeaway for all the others too. So don't be non-performers, be a good performer in either your studies, also any social activity. It could be sports, it could be your job, etc. Dear sir, now you're into this legal field. Like when you look around yourself in your space, with regard to your profession, from where do you draw your inspiration from?
Look, actually, in this journey, we have to be very good observers. There are so many incidents happening around. We have seen people coming from far off places of our state. I'm talking about our state. They come to this court, they persevere, and the way they lead their life with the very minimal income, but they are very they pursue their life with a non-compromising attitude. There are many adversities which are bound to come, but there are many more who are facing similar or even worse conditions than us. But if they can carry on their fight, why can't we? There are inspirations around. You just need to pick them up.
Very true, sir. If they can, why can't we? Right? And then you also mentioned everyone should be great observers and learn.
Right.
Beautiful. So I think we find a little bit of inspiration in everybody. I think everybody has something to share, either their ups and downs or maybe their victories or joys. And, we could learn from everybody. Kuch na kuch to seek milti hai sabhi se. Sir, apart from being a professional now, do you ever get time to go on a holiday with family? कहीं छुट्टियों पे जाते हैं? अगर जाते हैं तो कहाँ पर जाते हैं?
सेल्डम, बहुत कम मौका मिलता है ऐसा, बहुत कम मिलता है. आई पर्सनली प्रेफर माउंटेन्स, हिल्स, माउंटेन्स. मेरा पर्सनल प्रेफरेंस ज्यादा है.
Yes, sir. Now, sir, if people would like to connect with you from another state, would you take up even their case, or only are you restricted to West Bengal?
No, no. The thing is, when you get enrolled as an advocate, you can practice anywhere India, throughout the territory of India. That would not be an issue. If an advocate practicing in Hyderabad, he gets a case in Supreme Court, he can definitely go and appear. There is no absolutely no bar. ये state basis जैसा ऐसा नहीं होता है. A law degree enables you to practice anywhere in India, throughout the territory of India. That is not absolutely not a bar.
Yes. What I meant was now there is a person who is staying in Rajasthan and he wants your assistance and he wants your professional help with regard to a certain case. Can he take your services even though he stays in another state? Is that also possible, sir?
That is definitely possible. And this virtual world, like you are from Hyderabad, now you are conducting this show from Hyderabad. I am giving this interview from Kolkata. This is a virtual platform. Now the things have become opened up a lot. And especially we blame COVID, and yes, COVID has done a lot of damage to the economy, to persons, everybody. But the brighter side is it has also made people much more equipped technologically nowadays. 2 or 3 years back, in 2024, in an evening, we can very well think of giving an interview or doing an interviewer being in Hyderabad, the person giving the interview from Kolkata. But it was probably not that much conceivable back in 2018 or 19. So COVID, and I can tell you from our experience in the legal field, infrastructures were developed. Government had taken steps, made investments, computers were installed in courts, but they were hardly into function. Barring a few instances, they were kept under wrap. COVID enabled, when COVID set in, after some time when everybody got to learn that this situation will continue, it will not change overnight. So people started getting accustomed. We never used to think that we can argue a matter over virtual platform. The judge will be sitting in the courtroom, I can argue from my home because there were restrictions, lockdown, we could not go out. These are how we got to know. These are the new things. Yes, we find people, we have clients coming from the other states. They seek our opinion. What we generally tell them, connect us through email or through WhatsApp. Send your queries. We go through the documents, we give our opinion virtually or through emails. These can be done. And we also appear in cases in different states also. Because the law remains the same. Anybody can seek opinion on online platform, and that opinion can be given without even meeting that person in person or without even getting the hard copies of the documents. Everything can be scanned and sent through email these days. So these things can be done even without meeting each other. So this is very much possible.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing that and giving us a clear picture that yes, it is possible to connect with different states. Staying in one state of India, you can be accessible to the other states as well, and people
Right.
can avail your services. And they could share either online, as you said, the online mode also has been contributing a lot to the field, all fields, in fact, right?
Right.
So, what is that one thing you like about yourself being a lawyer?
Look, now that I have been there around for 8-9 years, the biggest thing which I must say that a lawyer has, a lawyer who practices independently, is the independence. There's nobody dictating you. What is your? It's not a 9 to 5 job. Otherwise, it's a 24/7 job. But you're independent. You can take a call, what to do, when to do, how much to do. So this independence is there. And another thing is perseverance. So there have been thicks and thins. I've been through them, and at the initial stages, as it normally happens, it was a bit demoralizing. But one has to self-motivate himself. We can seek motivation from our surroundings, but one has to motivate himself or herself to keep the fight going. And that is how the things have been. I have been trying to keep myself motivated, and that motivation that has come from within, and that's fighting spirit that has kept me going.
Yes, sir. That's really nice. Self-motivation, as you said, it's an independent job. It's not a 9 to 5 job. You can work at your will. And, of course, it's a 24/7. It's open
Yes,
for all.
yes.
But you are
Emergencies can arise anytime, and there are often occasions when we work overnight to prepare a matter, to file a case next morning. But it's okay. This is the way the things are. We have come into the profession after knowing that these things can come. There's absolutely no complaints about it.
Yes. Actually, they show in movies, like all the courtroom and all of that, the judge and lawyers, uh, you know, debating over a certain issue, or like, sharing their point of view, and the witness and the proof and evidence and all. Is it the same in the real sense when you are in the courtroom? Is it almost the same, or is it something, they overdo it in the movies, or it's almost the same?
It also depends on the director. Huh? Director, good directors are much more meticulous. They themselves go to the courts and observe the proceedings. Hmm. So by and large, it's good. Like Jolly LLB, that was a very good movie. In Hollywood, there are very good films who do their homework. Just making a masala movie out of a courtroom affair doesn't do. The directors who do their homeworks, they're more or less very minute about the details.
Yes, sir. As we were talking about movies just now, just a few seconds ago, your favorite movie, apart from the law and all of that, you
Yeah,
get
no,
time to watch movies? Are you a movie buff too?
not a movie buff. Difficult to pick one. My favorite actor in India is Amir Khan. So if I am asked to pick one, if one comes to my mind, it has to be Tare Zameen Par. It was a masterpiece. It was a masterpiece. And we hardly get to see films like these being made in India. Tare Zameen Par, I'll say Kahani. Kahani was another very favorite movie of mine. There are many, actually, there are many. Very difficult to pick up one or two. There are many.
Yes. So, in the role, play one of the actors who played the role of a lawyer, and you watched that movie and you liked it. Is there anything like that you'd like to share with us?
Mm,
एक वकील के रूप में कोई एक्टर काम करे तो आप उनका किरदार आपको बहुत पसंद आया, ऐसा कोई मूवी?
बहुत अच्छा लगा था आपका पिंक मूवी में अमिताभ बच्चन साहब का रोल इज वेरी वेरी वेल डन. ऐसा नहीं लगा कि ही इज enacting a role. He was so natural in his approach, in his attire, everything, the dialogue delivery, everything. Mr. Bachchan was phenomenal in Pink.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you for sharing. And you brought back memories of that beautiful movie. It had a beautiful message for everyone. So, how would you want to be remembered in this world? लोग आपको कैसे याद करें और किस बात के लिए याद करें?
लोग याद करें. The thing is, like, the materialistic things don't go with you. What remains is the reputation. A person lives on his reputation. हम चाहे कि लोग यही याद करें कि ये कुछ भला करने का कोशिश किया था. He has not harmed anybody. He has endeavored to do something good for the society. यही याद करें. That is, the reputation is something what remains. Everything else goes. You don't take anything back. Only you live on your reputation.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for that. It's a big takeaway for all of us. You take nothing, it's only your reputation, the beautiful memories that you leave behind, the work that you
Right.
leave behind, the positive work. किसी का नुकसान बिना करे इस दुनिया से हम चल बसे तो that is really great, without harming or hurting anyone. Dear sir, the next question coming up is, now, do lawyers have any restrictions? ऐसा कुछ है? Just because you are a lawyer, you are restricted. You have certain restrictions.
We can no, we cannot we cannot advertise. We cannot advertise. जैसे ad agencies होते हैं, different, there are various businesses who put up ads, advertisements on TV, posters, flex. We cannot advertise. Our Advocates Act, which is the guiding act, it specifically bars an advocate from putting up advertisements. We cannot advertise.
So I didn't know about that.
Hmm.
Okay. So it's many of us would have been like clueless about
Hmm.
this. So that's a nice
Hmm.
one that you shared. I have this little question in my head. Can a lawyer take part in a lottery and buy a lottery and suppose he wins the lottery? ऐसा कुछ है? Is he allowed to?
उसमें कोई पाबंदी नहीं है, उसमें कोई पाबंदी नहीं है.
Yes, that's really nice. Thank you. Now, sir, you are a lawyer, you are an advocate, and you deal with different types of clients. Now, there are certain clients who are at fault. There are certain clients who are absolutely innocent and genuine. Now, how do you identify them, and what type of cases mostly come to you? Like you never know. You get
Like, when, since we extensively practice criminal matters, so there are bound to be so-called serious offenses coming to you, serious cases coming to you. And we generally tell our clients that don't hide anything from your lawyer or your doctor. If we don't know the root or kya hai, we can't prescribe you the medicine or we can't adopt the strategy. जो भी है हमको खुल के बताओ, since we are your lawyer or we are your doctors. So getting to know the root of it, getting to know the ground reality is very important. And another thing is there is a presumption of innocence in favor of an accused unless he's proven guilty. जो भी हो, सोसाइटी जो सोचे जो भी हो, लॉ के आंखों में एक अक्यूज्ड भी, लॉ उसको इनोसेंट प्रिज्यूम करता है जब तक ना उसका दोष साबित हो. So we tell our clients, be free with a lawyer. Tell us, unless we get to know, we cannot prepare ourselves. The court is very vigilant. तो दोनों को सुनता है, डॉक्यूमेंट्स देखते हैं, उसके बाद डिसीजन में अगर हम पॉइंट आउट ना भी करें, डॉक्यूमेंट्स तो कोर्ट के हाथ में है, उनको तो पता चल ही जाएगा. सो छुपा के फायदा नहीं. इफ वी गेट टू नो व्हाट आर द वीक पॉइंट्स, देन ओनली वी कैन टेक रिफ्यूज और वी कैन रिपेयर, मेक प्रॉपर रिपेयर्स. इसीलिए क्लाइंट का क्या कमियां है, क्या खामियां है, ये सबसे पहले जानने का बहुत जरूरत होता है.
Geez, sir. So this is a big clear, shout out to everyone. If at all you're hiring an advocate or a lawyer, you just be very careful. Just share it genuinely. Don't hide it.
एंड ऑल्सो ये ऐसा होता है कि क्लाइंटों में कभी कभी एक हिचकिचाहट रहता है, ये मैं अगर बोल दूंगा, ये अगर पता चल, एक लॉयर का, एक एडवोकेट के उसके क्लाइंट के साथ जो भी बातचीत होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रिविलेज्ड कम्युनिकेशन. एविडेंस एक्ट टर्म्स इट एज प्रिविलेज्ड कम्युनिकेशन. आपके साथ सपोज आप एक केस लेके मेरे पास आती हो, आपने कुछ ऐसा कॉन्फिडेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन मुझे दिया. इफ एंड एज पर लॉ दिस हैज टू बी अ कॉन्फिडेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन, आपके और मेरे बीच में ही रहेगा. इफ आई लीक इट टू समवन एल्स और मेक इट, कल अगर आपका केस मैं नहीं करता हूं, मैं खुलेआम बोल देता हूं आपने तो मुझे ये बोला था, यही तो गिल्टी है, मुझके चेंबर में बोला, there will be action. I'll have to face the consequences because I cannot leak a confidential information. This is called privileged communication.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for sharing all of that. So something new again here for all of
That
us.
is why we tell our clients, don't be afraid. जो हमको बोला जा रहा है ये बाहर नहीं जाएगा, क्योंकि the law debars us from making this public. आप खुल के बोलो, उसके बाद हम देखते हैं what strategy we can adopt.
So here's something called as the privileged communication. Yes, that's
Yes.
a new term for us. And thank you, sir, for making that very clear to all of us. And thank you for sharing. So what kind of a change would you want to see in this world with regard either to the legal system or just to in general, humanity at large, or maybe in science and technology, or just in which space you need a change?
हमारा जो वैल्यू सिस्टम में बहुत डीके होते जा रहे हैं डे बाय डे. Everything is being quantified. When we were growing up, we were told that believe in the quality, not in the quantity. Everything is an impression is being given that everything and everybody is almost carrying a price tag. ऐसा तो नहीं होना चाहिए. एक एक वैल्यू सिस्टम रहना चाहिए. Weakening of the value system is creating a ruckus. Human value system बढ़े, लोगों का जो इनइक्वालिटी है जो समाज में वो घटे, एंड सबको एक लेवल प्लेइंग ग्राउंड मिले. ऐसा नहीं हो कि जो अफोर्ड कर सकता है उसी को सब मिलेगा. इवन अ वेरी गुड स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम अ डाउन ट्रॉडन फैमिली, he should also he should also dream of studying in Sri Ram College or going to the IIT. It should not be restricted to a handful. एक लेवल प्लेइंग ग्राउंड सबको मिले, सबको एक इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी, बेसिक फाउंडेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी सबको मिले. अगर ये होता है, एंड द करप्शन, इफ वी कैन कार्ब करप्शन, that will improve the system by and large, I believe.
Yes. Yes, sir. Very true, sir. Very true. And as you've spoken about corruption, we find it at all levels, at all levels, and it's really pathetic, and especially in the government sectors, we find it more, and they shamelessly ask for bribes in spite of getting hefty salary package from the
Salary.
government. Yeah, hefty salary package from the government. In spite of that, there are several greedy government officials. I'm not pointing out anybody's name because I've seen this happening. In spite of getting a nice regular income and with the pension.
And madam, when you have raised this topic, to many who are watching, let me tell you, if you come across such events or such incidents where the government officials are asking for bribe or from undue favor in exchange of giving you some benefit, there is a law in India called the Prevention of Corruption Act. It was enacted in 1988. It is solely aimed to bring the offending government officials to book. ये प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन एक्ट के दायरे में यह चले आता है. किसी ने मुझे कुछ नौकरी देनी, सरकारी नौकरी देने के लिए उनसे 5 लाख रुपया मांगा. अगर ये दिस डिमांड एंड एक्सेप्टेंस, डिमांड किया, मैं एक्सेप्ट किया, मैंने पैसा दिया, ये जब होता है, ये प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन एक्ट के दायरे में चले आते हैं. एंड इट्स अ वेरी सीरियस ऑफेंस. सो इफ यू कम अक्रॉस सच इवेंट्स, यू आर फ्री एंड वन शुड स्पीक अप. यू शुड टेक लीगल रिकॉर्ड्स. और उसके लिए प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन एक्ट है, उसका प्रोविजंस है, एंड द प्रोविजंस आर वेरी स्ट्रिंजेंट, एंड मेनी पीपल गेट पनिश्ड अंडर दीज प्रोविजंस. ये आपके जानकारी के लिए मैंने बताया.
जी सर, जी सर, थैंक यू सर वेरी मच. लेकिन सर, अक्सर हमने देखा है बहुत सारे लोग डरते हैं, अगर हम मुंह खोले या इसके खिलाफ हम कुछ आवाज उठाए तो हमारी काम रुक जाएगी हमेशा के लिए. दैट विल बी ब्लॉक्ड, so that they will keep their mouth silent and suffer till their work is over. Once their work is over, they'll say kam se kam ho gaya kaam, so they don't even want to complain against that official. So this has happened many a times where I have seen many people who have shared it with me, sir.
ये तो है, ये तो है, ये तो है. But there are people also जो थोड़ा हमारा, what should I say, is satisfying and थोड़ा हिम्मत देते हैं हमको. There are people who don't compromise.
Very true.
मौका था, एक IAS ऑफिसर 21 साल का सर्विस में 36 बार उनका बदली किया गया, फिर भी he is upright. These people are also there. इसीलिए सोसाइटी चल रहा है. सब बिक गए ऐसा नहीं है. There are good people.
Very true, very true. So my dear friends, if at all anybody asks you for a bribe or something, try to speak up. Of course, stay safe and see what's the best time to open your mouth and, stand up against corruption, stand up against bribery as well. लेना भी और देना भी crime है ना, sir?
बिल्कुल.
Yes. Dear sir, now I'd like to ask you, the younger generation, they would love to become advocates and lawyers. They will be influenced by the movies that they see, how they are arguing and winning the case over. And like that, they might have even seen the real heroes and as well as the real heroes. Now, I'd like to ask you, what is it in reality? How many of them they become law students, how many of them are deep into this profession? How many of them back off? And when they are backing
Look,
off, what is the main reason?
yes. Look, now the legal field has opened up. The way the things were 20 or 30 years back, one would only imagine a lawyer means a person wearing a black coat and a black gown with a band arguing before the judge, the way the things were shown in the TV or the cinemas. ये जो प्रैक्टिकली जो प्रैक्टिस करते हैं कोर्ट में आज भी वैसे ही प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. तो इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे फील्ड्स ऐसे ओपन अप हो गया है जहाँ पे लोग नौकरी करते हैं कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में एज लीगल एडवाइजर्स. बहुत सारे कंपनियों में है, बहुत एलपीओज है, बहुत सारी जगह में बहुत प्लेसमेंट्स का भी अपॉर्चुनिटी आया है. सो दैट फील्ड हैज ओपनड अप टू लार्ज एक्सटेंट. ओनली एक लॉयर मतलब कोर्ट में जाके बहस करेगा ऐसा ही नहीं. एंड these are well paid jobs as well. और कोई अगर प्रैक्टिस में आने चाहे इट वन शुड कीप इन माइंड कि ओवरनाइट कुछ नहीं होगा. टीवी में और कभी कभी ऐसे इंप्रेशन दिया जाता है तुम ओवरनाइट हीरो बन जाओगे. ओवरनाइट नोबडी बिकम्स राम जेठमलानी ओवरनाइट. इट्स a long journey. So one has to be one has to remain grounded and be very aware of the fact that it will take time. This is a test match. This is not a T20 cricket. अगर क्रीज में बने रहोगे रन आएगा. अगर पहले बॉल से सिक्स मारने का सोचोगे पहले बॉल में बोल्ड हो जाने का भी चांस ज्यादा रहेगा. क्रीज में since you are from Hyderabad, Bangalore is nearby. So we should take a lesson from Rahul Dravid, the way he used to bat. डटे रहते थे क्रीज में और दिन के अंत में वही सेंचुरी बना के जाते थे. ही इज कॉल्ड मिस्टर वॉल, मिस्टर डिपेंडेबल. सो इफ यू क्लिंग ऑन टू योर क्रीज रन्स विल कम. धीरे आएंगे मगर आएंगे. एंड आई हैव सीन पीपल बिकॉज it's a bit difficult to cope up. The peer pressure रहता है चारों ओर. हम देखते हैं हमारे साथ एक साथ स्कूल में पढ़े थे, एक साथ हमारे बहुत दोस्ती था, वो आज इतना मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी में इतना कमा रहा है, मेरे अभी भी जर्नी स्लो. ऐसा होता है. these are human tendencies, human way of behaving. मगर ये सोच के आओ कि थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, मगर if we carry on our journey where we can, नौकरी में वो कहीं पे स्टैग्नेशन आने के चांस है. बट here if you do well you can boom. And when I joined my profession, let me tell you something, share something. There were about 30 to 40 friends from my own batch. कॉलेज में हम एक साथ ग्रेजुएट किए थे, who had joined this profession in High Court, Calcutta में. एक साल बाद वो 30-40 का नंबर came down to 3-4. That is because many people lose track, many people lose hope. बहुत सारे लोग छोड़ देते. तो यही एडवाइस रहेगी कि आप आशा मत हारिए. Don't lose hope. Just carry on the fight, keep updating yourself, keep on your fight and be honest. Honest, there is no replacement for honesty. Be honest. हो जाएगी, आज ना हो कल जरूर कुछ ना कुछ बनेगा.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for giving hope to all the youngsters out there that yes, it's a beautiful profession. It takes some time. And yes, you really have your space over there. You can really become a beautiful lawyer, an advocate, maybe even a judge. Sir, I have a question like, जज कौन बन सकता? अभी सब लोग लॉयर्स एडवोकेट्स ऐसे हैं ना सर, तो फिर वो जज के पोजीशन में कब आ सकते हैं?
देखिए, 3-4 इसके भाग होते हैं. एक है मैजिस्ट्रेट, एक है सेशंस जज. दी एलिमेंटरी लेवल एकदम, अगर हम बोले ग्राउंड फ्लोर है मैजिस्ट्रियल लेवल. जो मैजिस्ट्रेट बनते हैं वो बनते हैं एग्जामिनेशन देके. वो एग्जामिनेशन होता है, वो प्रिलिमिनरी होता है, उसके बाद फाइनल्स होते हैं. वहां पे जो वैकेंसीज सब एग्जाम देते हैं एज पर वैकेंसीज. टॉप इतने पोस्ट वो लोग डायरेक्टली रिक्रूटेड होते हैं टू द मैजिस्ट्रियल लेवल. नाउ कमिंग टू द अपर लेवल, द फर्स्ट फ्लोर, दैट इज द सेशंस जज. अगर मैजिस्ट्रेट के पास एनी मैटर क्रिमिनल और सिविल ओरिजिनेट्स बिफोर अ मैजिस्ट्रेट, लर्नेड मैजिस्ट्रेट. अगर आपके साथ मेरा कोई मुकदमा चला, मैं हार गया मैजिस्ट्रेट के कोर्ट में, मैं कहा जाऊंगा? ग्राउंड फ्लोर से फर्स्ट फ्लोर जाऊंगा, सेशंस कोर्ट में. अभी सेशन जज कौन बनते हैं? ये दो तरीके से होते हैं। एक जो मैजिस्ट्रेट्स है, उनका भी डिपार्टमेंटल एग्जामिनेशन होता है, उनका भी प्रमोशन होता है। मैजिस्ट्रेट के लेवल में काम करते करते विथ एक्सपीरियंस दे गेट प्रोमोटेड। एग्जामिनेशन हो, डिपार्टमेंट एग्जामिनेशन, वो लोग एग्जामिनेशन देके सेशन जज बन सकते हैं। नहीं तो दूसरा है कि लॉयर्स, प्रैक्टिसिंग लॉयर्स मिनिमम 7 साल के प्रैक्टिस के बाद इस एग्जाम में बैठ सकते हैं। एंड इफ दे गेट promoted, they can directly get promoted at the level of sessions judge without even having a single days of magisterial experience. So सेशंस जज वाला जो पोस्ट है वो थ्रू प्रमोशन भी होता है, और अ प्रैक्टिसिंग लॉयर तो जिसका 7 साल के ऊपर प्रैक्टिस हो गया डायरेक्टली एग्जाम में बैठ सकते हैं। सो दोनों तरीके से। और हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज ये होता है कि ये भी दो तरीके से। ये जो मैजिस्ट्रेट जो सेशन जज बना, डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज बना, वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज प्रोमोट होके हाई कोर्ट तक आए, प्रोमोट होके भी हाई कोर्ट तक आते हैं। इसको हम, इन लोगों को हम कहते हैं सर्विस जज। जो सर्विस में थे, जुडिशियल सर्विस से वहां से हाई कोर्ट के जज, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज बने। दूसरा होता है जो बार से आते हैं, वी को नॉमिनेटेड बाय बार, जी एडवोकेट्स जो प्रैक्टिस करते थे, हैविंग गुड रेपुटेशन, गुड प्रैक्टिस, जिनके नाम बार बार जिनके नाम प्रमोट करते हैं, बार सेंड रेकमेंड करते हैं, एंड वो अगर कॉलेजियम ने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, सो देयर नेम्स गेट नोटिफाइड। वो भी बहुत सारे अच्छे अच्छे लॉयर्स भी जजेस बनते हैं ऐसे। सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी हाई कोर्ट जजेस बिकम सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजेस, ऐसे ही दिस इज द जर्नी। मैजिस्ट्रेट्स बिकम सेशन जजेस बिकम हाई कोर्ट जजेस, हाई कोर्ट जजेस बिकम सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजेस।
Thank you, sir. That's really very nice. Thank you for sharing. As you mentioned, friends, how many of your friends have stood with you, sir, through thick and thin? Apart from on the professional front, personal life में कितने सारे दोस्त आपके साथ खड़े हैं?
Fortunately, I had this good fortune. I have had good friends. क्योंकि मेरे डिफिकल्टी में, क्योंकि डिफिकल्टी में ही तो दोस्त का परिचय होता है ना। in good times everybody is your friend.
Yes.
In bad, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Fortunately, I have some good friends whom I can bank upon.
Very true. Sir, being in the legal system and in the legal field as a lawyer or a session judge or a magistrate and all of them, what works well, smart work or hard work?
Hard work, definitely. A lawyer can be hardworking as well as a smart working. इसमें कोई, there are no two different ways. एक साथ दो हो सकता है, because you need presence of mind. You need presence of mind. I was reading somewhere, it's nothing to do with law. एक इंटरव्यू में, एक एम्प्लॉयमेंट के इंटरव्यू हो रहा था प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशन में. So a first boy, a topper of a school, he also participated in an interview, and everybody hoped that he'll be getting the job. And another not so bright student from the same school, he also participated. So the topper was asked, जी आप तो 5th floor में आए, इंटरव्यू इज टेकिंग प्लेस इन द 5th floor, कितना सीढ़ियां चढ़ के आए? He started counting. टॉपर है ना, बहुत मेडिक्यूलस है, 5, 10, मतलब 50, 55 ऐसा. That boy was asked. He straight away said 42. जो इंटरव्यू में सवाल कर रहा है उनको भी पता है शायद 42 नहीं होगा, बट द प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड, इनको हायर किया जाता है। क्योंकि अगर कंपनी डिफिकल्टी में आएगा कि इंस्टेंट डिसीजन मेकिंग, दैट विल मैटर। इन दोनों में कौन ज्यादा कर पाया? वो सोचने बैठा कितना सीढ़ियां हो सकता है 5 तलक, ये इंस्टेंटली बोला। इंटरव्यूअर को भी पता है कि ये जो सीढ़ियां चढ़े, इनको दिमाग में ये नहीं आएगा कि ये सवाल आएगा, अदरवाइज वो काउंट करके आते। इंस्टेंटली ये बोल दिया 42। ही कैन डील विद सब ट्रिकी सिचुएशन, सोचने नहीं बैठ जाएगा जो नौकरी इसको मिला। सो प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड इज वेरी नेसेसरी, बिकॉज जो किताब में है, जो आपके ब्रीफ में है, वो तो है। अ गुड लॉयर इज अ पर्सन हु इज ऑलवेज प्रिपेयर्ड टू आंसर अ क्वेश्चन व्हिच ही वाज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग। इंस्टेंटली ये रिटॉर्ट करना, द अनसीन क्वेश्चन, अनएक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चन आ सकता है केस के दौरान, वो कैसे डील करता है एक आदमी, how he comes out of it, how he bails himself out from a difficult situation. That makes a difference between a great lawyer and a not so great lawyer.
Excellent, excellent. I really get that point very clear. It's very nice. And you explained it with an example too. Thank you for that lovely example with regard to the steps and the interview sessions that took place. So, is there any retirement age for the lawyers and judges?
No, fortunately for the lawyers, fortunately not. For the judges, yes. The learned magistrates and the learned sessions judges and district judges, they retire at the age of 60. The learned high court judges, they retire at the age of 62. And the learned Supreme Court judges, the retirement age for them is 65.
As a lawyer, you can continue your journey till
Yes.
as much as you want. I mean, as many years as you want.
Yes. Preferably till your mind works.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Yes. You should know where to stop. You should not be told now to stop.
Very true.
People should ask, why did you leave? Rather than ask you, when are you going to leave?
Oh my God, that's very true. Here's a big takeaway for all of us. He really
Yes.
so well.
Timing is very important. Kab chhodna hai?
Hats off to you for sharing this. No, the last two sentences which you shared. So thank you very much. It really makes sense. And all of us should be really getting empowered today with all the important sharing that has been going on till now. That's really nice. So, one important question. आपको गुस्सा आता है? अगर आता है तो कब आता है गुस्सा? किस चीज पर या किस?
ना गुस्सा तो ये तो नॉर्मल ह्यूमन कॉन, ये तो होता ही है. अरे लॉयर है, हम तो इंसान भी है. लॉयर तो इंसान लोग ही तो लॉयर होता है. ये तो इमोशंस तो होता है, बट वन शुड ऑल्सो नो हाउ टू ओवरकम इमोशंस. अननेसेसरीली कॉम्बैटिव होके भी ये प्रोफेशन ये भी सीख देता है. देयर मे बी मेनी अनप्लेजेंट सिचुएशंस, बट यू शुड नो हाउ टू डील विद देम. कभी कभी ऐसे हम लोग देखते हैं, बहुत सारे लोगों का ऐसा एक व्हाट शुड आई से, एक माइंडसेट है, ये लड़का बहुत अच्छा बहस कर सकता है, ये लड़की बहुत अच्छा झगड़ा कर सकती, ये तो बहुत अच्छे लॉयर बनेंगे. ऐसा नहीं होता है प्रैक्टिकली. हाँ, you should know how to place your case. An over combative lawyer is always a menace to his own client. You counter with logic, not with your voice. So you should also know how to control your anger, because uncontrolled anger takes you off your track. Ultimately, आप जो चाहते हो वो आपको मिलता नहीं, मंजिल से आपको दूर ले जाती है. You should know how to check yourself and check your anger also.
Perfect. That's really nice. As you said, no, and a person who's like doing it over the lawyer, then he becomes a problem to his own client. Like he may lose the case, or maybe he should.
At the end of the day, it is the client whom we are representing before the judge. We are not there to satisfy our egos. We are there we are in the way of a litigant and his route to justice. So we should be responsible. मैं अपना ईगो सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए ऐसा कुछ एक सिचुएशन खड़ा कर दिया, अल्टीमेटली जिसके भुगतना पड़ा मेरे क्लाइंट को, तो ही इज सफरिंग. तो ऐसा करके तो फायदा नहीं. दैट इज प्रोबेबली नॉट द करेक्ट वे ऑफ practicing or dealing with your anger issues.
Very true, very true. So that's really nice. You've given a lot of important tips, and you let out a lot of things where so much with lots of clarity. That's what I like. And you've given us good content, and genuine one. Sir, if you weren't a lawyer today, if you were not into this beautiful profession, which other profession you would have chosen?
हाँ, आपको जो शुरू में ही बोला था, दूसरा तो कुछ सोचे नहीं थे. जब छोटे थे तो सभी सोचते कि इंडिया के लिए खेलूंगा, हाँ, क्रिकेट या फुटबॉल नहीं, ऐसा सोच था. हाँ, थोड़ा स्पोर्ट्स में इंक्लिनेशन था, मगर लगता नहीं कि इस प्रोफेशन के सिवा और कुछ होता, और कुछ ऐसे प्रोफेशन के तौर पे कुछ सोचे नहीं थे. अगर प्लेयर बनते हम पर्सनली बहुत खुश होते.
That's really nice. Yes, sir. Sir, आज तक आपने I think 9 years, 8 to 9 years, you're into this beautiful profession. Apart from the studies and all of that, आपको सबसे बढ़िया मोमेंट, वाव, accomplishment आपको कब लगा? Wow, I've achieved this. This is what I
And I believe that best moment is yet to come, because every day we learn. आज क्योंकि it's like evolution, हाँ. हम पहले सोचते कि हमारे पास मोबाइल कब आएगा, पहला मोबाइल. अब मोबाइल मिला. इससे नहीं, इससे भी अब लैपटॉप कब होगा, लैपटॉप से नहीं, अच्छा गाड़ी कब होगा. इट्स अ नेवर एंडिंग प्रोसेस. आज आपको जो अच्छा, हाँ, व्हेन यू अकम्प्लिश समथिंग, एक अच्छा आपको ऑर्डर मिला, and that smile that you bring to your client's face, that is very satisfactory. But the monetary reward तो है, ये जैसे you cannot evaluate. This gives you immense satisfaction. That keeps you going. ऐसा हुआ है, अच्छा ऑर्डर्स हुए हैं, बहुत नीडी पीपल या बहुत टफ केस में ऑर्डर हुआ है. You also, as a lawyer, you also feel accomplished. This sense of satisfaction, this is immense. This pleasure, this sense of satisfaction, this keeps you going.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Your favorite color?
Red.
That's really nice. But usually lawyers are all in black and a little of white, right?
हाँ, वो तो है.
तो अगर आपने रेड चुना तो what's the reason behind red?
तो वैसा कोई पर्टिकुलर रीजन नहीं है. दिस इज द कलर. बचपन से रेड हैज बीन माय फेवरेट कलर. तो पर्टिकुलर कोई रीजन ऐसा नहीं है.
Yes. Now, if I may ask you, why is it black only in the legal system? Why do they wear black? Is there any reason that it should be black only and no other color? Like, I'm just asking you.
No,
I don't.
look, this is the way our robes are attached, have always been. And then this is for the all is equal before the law. And you'll also see that black band.
Yes.
वो जो पुतला होता है ना, that shows that for the quest of justice, everybody is equal. This is the way the robes are prescribed. Nothing particular other reason behind this color.
Dear sir, would you like to share a favorite proverb or a quotation of yours, which is very close to your heart?
Don't count your chicken before they hatch. I was reading an autobiography of Folly Nariman, the famous lawyer Follius Nariman. So he was arguing a case before the Honorable Bombay High Court, and it has come up. So hearing ke dauran, it was a tax assessment matter, and it went on for days. And when the hearing concluded, almost everybody in the courtroom or who have been following that argument were convinced that Mr. Nariman's client is going to win. But before the judgment got delivered, the learned judge who was hearing the matter, he passed away in a road accident. A new bench got instituted. फिर शुरुआत से मामला स्टार्ट होना, क्योंकि न्यू बेंच है, न्यू जजेस है. स्टार्ट हुआ, बहुत दिनों चला, और जब जजमेंट देने की बारी आई तो जज ने बोला, क्योंकि प्रीवियस जज, क्या होता है, जजेस लोग नोट लेते हैं पेन से या पेंसिल से, साइड में फाइल के साइड से नोट लेते हैं. तो जो नया जो जज है वो बोले, देखिए मिस्टर नॉरिमन, हम प्रीवियस जज के ये नोट से हम देख रहे हैं, he was very much inclined in your client's favor, but I'm sorry to say I'm of a different view. So Mr. in the do's, in that category of do's and don'ts for a lawyer, what Mr. Noriman had clearly spelled out, don't count your chicken before they hatch. पहले से ही ऐसे उम्मीद मत बना के रखो ये होगा ही, नहीं भी हो सकता है, क्योंकि there is many a slip between the cup and the lip.
Excellent, excellent, superb, beautiful, and with an example as well, a valid example. Thank you very much, sir. Excellent, sir. So, do you have a pet at home?
No, I don't.
Like pets?
I'm a bit afraid. I had a Spitz. I was a bit afraid. बहुत बार काटा था मुझे.
Yes. How many languages are you conversant in, sir?
Mainly 3: Bengali, Hindi, and English.
Would you like to give a nice message in Bengali for all the people in West Bengal?
সকলকে বলবো যে আপনাদের অধিকার সম্বন্ধে সচেতন হন. আপনাদের যে আইনি অধিকার আছে, আপনাদের আইন আপনাকে কি অধিকার দিয়েছে এবং সেই নিজেদের সুরক্ষার্থে আপনারা কি করতে পারেন, আদালতের দরজা সবসময় খোলা আছে, এবং কোথাও যদি মনে করেন পুলিশ বা প্রশাসন আপনাদের অভিযোগ নিচ্ছে না বা আপনারা সঠিক বিচার পাচ্ছেন না, তার জন্য কিন্তু কোর্টের দরজা সবসময় খোলা আছে। নিজেদের অধিকার সম্বন্ধে সচেতন হন এবং আইনকে কখনো নিজের হাতে তুলে নেবেন না। আইনি পথে নিজের সমস্যা সমাধানের সবসময় চেষ্টা করুন।
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that lovely message. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, being a lawyer, and of course, we all are human beings, and then our profession comes. So, I'd like you to share your thoughts on mental health.
That is
When,
very
when you are a lawyer, you find people unable to express themselves due to the excess mental trauma that they have faced.
true.
Situations.
And this is also an aspect which is very largely neglected in our society. अभी धीरे धीरे ये मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में हमारे जानकारी आ रहे हैं, पीपल आर गेटिंग यूज्ड टू। पहले ऐसा नहीं था। वी नीड मोर काउंसलिंग सेंटर्स जहाँ पे लोग को एक दिशा मिले, एक ट्रॉमा, एक सेटबैक, एंड दिस इज ऐसा एक सेटबैक है, ऐसा एक ट्रॉमा, दिस कंटिन्यूज with you, this experience, this trauma continues. ये इसको heal करना, you need professionals at every level who you can open up to and who can take you out of this crisis. Mental health is very important in every sector of our society.
Yes, sir. I agree with you. It's important in every aspect or every sector of the society. Every single person need to take care of their mental health. I appreciate that, sir, which you shared just now. Thank you very much. So here's a question off the track. If at all you were given or handed over a time machine in hand and you were asked to click one of the buttons, that would take you into the past era, and you were, you were given a project. Go there, relive somebody's life and come back. So if that was the case, which personality would you choose to relive his or her life and return back?
Indian.
Anybody.
I would have decided to relive the life of Fidel Castro.
Oh, great. That's really nice. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So I've had a wonderful session with you, getting to know a lot of knowledge and wisdom from you. I'm sure that our guests and audience as well might have really gained a lot from you. We have a small segment called as the rapid fire round, which will take another 10 minutes. If you permit me, I'll go ahead with that. But before we go ahead with that, is there any other question that I did not ask and you'd like to share that with us? Any aspect which I did not focus my attention on? Would you like to share that?
You're very perfect, very good questioners.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the appreciation. Thank you. Now we'll have the rapid fire round. It will just take another 10 minutes. Can I go ahead with it, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My dear friends, after the main round of the interview, it's a small segment called as the rapid fire round. We'll get to know the likes and dislikes of our celebrity and guest today. He's here with us. Will join us, my dear friends, to know more about sir. So, what is your pet name apart from your name, your full name, like, official name? How do they call you with love? Your family members and
it's Shubho, Shubho, Shubho. Shubho means auspicious. Shubho in Bengali is Shubh. बोलते ना, Shubh Muhurat. It's auspicious.
yes. Thank you, sir, for sharing. Your favorite breakfast, sir?
It's sandwich.
With what inside, like, if you could ask you?
Chicken.
Oh, great. That's really nice. Among all the 12 months, your favorite one?
February.
Any specific reason?
My birth month.
Would you mind sharing the date with us?
11th.
Yeah, we will wish you on 11th.
Oh, thank you.
Do wish, sir. It's Feb 11th, his birthday. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So among all the 7 days, your favorite one?
Sunday.
Is it a holiday for lawyers on Sunday or something?
Yes, Sundays are generally holidays.
Yes. Your favorite number, sir?
7.
The insect that you don't like?
None of them. Hate all of them equally.
Yes, sir. Is it comfort or style?
Comfort.
Is it tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Any phobia?
Okay, phobia with mathematics. Yes, that is a phobia.
For me, it's science,
Oh,
physics.
yeah. Oh, we're all in the same boat. I still have nightmares.
Me too. If anyone speaks, I don't know, I think how they study physics for me, like how you feel mathematics. For me, it's like that physics. So yes, we have our phobias. That's nice, sir, to share with us. So are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl.
Salty, sweet, spicy, or sour food?
I'm basically a foodie. Uh, Spicy and sweet.
If you mention sweet, which one?
I basically have a sweet tooth. Huh? And in Bengal, we have a variety of good sweets. Huh? So, to mention one, beet rasgulla,
Yes. If I were
and
to
definitely
ask
chocolates, and definitely chocolates.
chocolates, oh great, that's really nice. I just wanted to share that question. Yeah, you've answered that. So, life is all about money or happiness?
Both,
Perfect.
both.
Yes. So, do you consider yourself to be an introvert, an extrovert, or ambivert?
Ambivert.
When you are all alone and nobody is with you, no gadget as well besides you, not a book, not a paper and pen too, and nothing on the walls in the room where you are sitting down. It's just a chair and you, and of course a door to enter. You're connected to your thoughts. You have nothing else to do. Either the best thing is to connect with our thoughts. So if you are in that situation, where do your thoughts take you, or where they could take you to the past, present, or future?
Mostly, this opportunity I would like to use to introspect what I have been doing. Whether it's basically self-assessment. When you are with yourself, you get to introspect better rather than when you are in a crowd.
A brilliant answer, sir, to that question. It's a wonderful one which you shared. Self-introspection, instead of the past, present, and future, just introspect. That's really nice. I really like the answers. It's one of the best answers I've ever received to this given question. That's beautiful. So, you like socializing or me time?
Me time.
A life skill called cooking. Are you a great cook as well?
No, I'm a great foodie. The good cooking and good foodie are supplementary, complementary to each other. अच्छा खाना पकाएगा कोई खाने वाला नहीं है तो क्या क्यों अच्छा खाना पकाए इस इंस्पिरेशन से ये अच्छा खाने वाला है इसीलिए कोई अच्छा खाना पकाएगा
जी sir, जी sir. Are you a beach person or a forest person? Where do you find peace?
बेसिकली माउंटेन पर्सन फॉरेस्ट और बीच में अगर चॉइस दिया जाए तो बीच
Jeez. Mountains, do you like trekking?
हम ट्रैकिंग किया है दो एक बार मगर बेसिकली इट्स फॉर प्लेजर एंड लेजर
Yes.
तो हिमाचल गए थे इट इज अ वेरी नाइस प्लेस वेरी नाइस प्लेस there's a small trek there's a village called Kareri village it's a very nice trek and such a picturesque place हम मतलब 2-3 दिन वहां पे थे नो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नो नेटवर्क completely cut off from civilization अलग ही एक्सपीरियंस था
Would you like to repeat the name for us once again?
करेरी Kareri करेरी
Correct.
it's in Himachal
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing. So, is it song or dance?
song
Two-wheeler or a four-wheeler? Or
four
walking?
wheeler four wheeler four wheeler
If it is song, if I could ask you to sing a song for us, would you oblige?
singing will be very difficult with this voice of mine uh,
Would you like to give it a
so
try? Maybe one line or two lines
नो
of
नो नो गाना गाना नहीं है बट हाँ सॉन्ग से बहुत लगाव है हाँ
Bengali songs or Hindi?
हिंदी बंगाली बोथ बोथ एज अ सिंगर मेरा किशोर कुमार ऑल टाइम फेवरेट सिंगर है ज्यादातर लोगों के ऐसे ही है एंड व्हेन आई वाज ग्रोइंग अप until now a very favorite singer from Bollywood is Udit Narayan and Alka Yagnik. I really like their songs.
Very interesting. They were a good, combination when they were
Great pair, great pair.
Yeah,
Yes.
great. Yes. Dear sir, your favorite season?
Winter.
You like to travel railways, roadways, waterways, airways?
Roadways. बहुत कुछ देखने को मिलता है.
Yes. You prioritize reading or music?
Reading.
A city, a little town, or a village attracts you?
Mostly village. The simplicity, the closeness to the nature that you hardly get in a city.
Yes, sir. Sir, this question requires an answer in one word. एक सुंदर सा प्यारा सा दिन एक शब्द में. A perfect day in one word.
Every day.
That's really nice. Beautiful answer. The name of your favorite teacher or sir when you were a student?
There's one teacher from whom I used to take physics classes, Shibashish Chakraborty.
Yes, sir. You consider yourself to be a great thinker or doer?
I would like to believe, or I would like to see myself as a combination of both.
Excellent. Now, if I would put the question like this, a listener or a great speaker?
Both are interlinked. You cannot speak well until you listen.
Perfect.
And the other way around. It should be a combination of both. It's not this versus this, but a combination of both together.
True, sir. Very true. You believe in experiential learning or theoretical learning?
You need experience. You need experience. How to use your theory. This is what experience teaches you.
Yes, sir. So, if I were to offer you a samosa and an apple and ask you to choose one, what would you choose?
Samosa, without a doubt.
Yes. Home cooked food or food ordered from out?
If it's for one particular day, if this offer is valid for one particular day, then food from outside.
How nice. You're very sensible in answering. You have a lot of logic, and yes, you really have that beautiful way of answering. So, two last questions. Till date, the best gift that you've ever received, till date, the most precious one?
Till date, if I tell, my first laptop that was gifted to me when I passed my boards. That is still very close to my heart. Though I am using a new one, but still I've kept this. That will remain as a treasure. That was a very special
Who
feeling.
gifted that to you, sir?
My mother.
That's really nice. Beautiful. And still you have it with you?
Yes, I have it. Yes.
That's great. So before we sign off for today from the International Fab Talks, you have to give us 3 gifts in the form of 3 beautiful words. Any 3 empowering words you could share with us apart from please, sorry, and thank you. We always put in this request to all the celebrities who are here on the International Fab Talks to empower us with 3 words as a gift.
Learn, advance, win.
Perfect. Learn, advance, and win. Thank you so much, sir. It was really a honor to have you here because you explained everything so well. You put in everything so clearly for us, the common people, to understand, because we don't know many of these things, the terms and the various things that you've described. So I'm sure definitely our audience too will definitely benefit from this beautiful session. Thank you for your time, and thanks to Soumitra ma'am for introducing you to the International Fab Talks.
It is a pleasure being in your show. It's a very great experience today. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much, sir. Stay blessed and stay connected. We would love to have you on many more sessions as well in the near future too.
I will also be looking forward to it.
Thank you, sir. Thanks. My dear friends, with this we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. If you like what we are doing, stay connected with us, my dear friends, because you get to learn a lot. You get to learn the real essence of life as to how people overcome challenges and succeed as professionals. And what are the challenges when they are a professional, and how you could overcome the challenges in your life, or how you can select a beautiful career for yourself. All these beautiful things are discussed on the International Fab Talks. We thank our special celebrity and guest for being with us. Stay connected and stay tuned. If you like what we are doing, subscribe and comment, and as well as share the video such that others could benefit from this beautiful interview which we've just had. Thank you.